Hello and welcome to my channel. So today's video will be a particularly short one. I was sick for a week, so I didn't really get a chance to plan out any new drawings, but thankfully I did have a lot of works in progress on my iPad at least. So today's drawing is of my original character. This is one image I was pretty happy with, so I figured why not? I might as well finish it up and not leave it to be in the large pile of just unfinished digital artworks that I do have sitting around on my iPad. I did originally ink this traditionally, but wanted to really refine it digitally, especially the suit and everything, as you can see. I do really like the way the character turned out and everything. There was just like some little details here and there, so I think I will probably continue working on those details later on and just post a Instagram photo post essentially when I do complete it fully, but I think it ended off pretty fine in the end, not too much off from what I originally intended. It's just I think there was like some patterns I wanted to add to the cape or something. This OC of mine doesn't normally even wear a suit. This was just like heavily inspired by Aventurine from Honkai Star Rail, by the way. I just tend to love the peacock theme, so I couldn't resist making my own little variant kind of deal with my own original character. After finishing up the line art, I start blocking in the shadows. It's fairly rough and I think a bit simple, or I kind of want to say I'm still like shy with the shadows on occasion, but I did want this to be a softer piece and not quite the whole comic book intense black shadow type of deal, so I didn't go too crazy with this. It's also funny, I believe that this drawing in particular I did want to do digitally, but I wanted to do it on my desktop using Clip Studio, and the only actual drawing tablet I currently have now is the one that doesn't have a screen, so it's a Wacom Intuos. And I'm so unused to tablets like that, so it's always a bit of a struggle whenever I am drawing on the computer itself. I think I'm just gonna get an XP pen tablet just because I do primarily enjoy drawing on my iPad because I can kind of take it anywhere on the fly and it's fairly simple. So going back to the drawing, I started basically blocking in the colors, mostly in a soft way, not really the totally just solid color blocking. I wanted to let the gradient you had seen earlier still like slightly influence the colors I was putting down. When it comes to technique overall, I'm still completely crazy when I am doing digital. I just keep using a different technique, even though I think for watercolor on occasion will use slightly different ones. It still kind of feels the same because it's watercolor, so there's only so much you can do in changing your technique, right? But for digital, it's limitless. So one big thing for this one though, that after like the millionth restart of drawing this character and now finally on the iPad, is I limited the amount of layers. I did not put every single color on a different layer. I only did certain details would be on a different layer. I think the cape itself is on a different layer just because it's behind him, but everything else I mostly stuck to keeping on almost as little layers as possible, basically. Then for the background, I kind of managed to play around with the gradient maps and figured out colors I liked, just because I didn't really think I was just gonna go with a cityscape or something, and I wanted kind of maybe like blurred bokeh kind of background, so it's not just like a flat color. That's the only thing I was trying to go for. Finally, the background was the last thing to tackle, plus possibly some extra elements. My original character is supposed to have some kind of shadowy powers or something like that, and hence the tattoos, and I was trying to emulate that, but because I hadn't properly done any good rough sketches, it was kind of turning random and just really half-assed, and I was, still kind of sick, so I was playing around with a lot of elements and ended up just going with some graphic, more sketchy background lines, which after I drew them out, I think I liked them better because they were, I suppose, more well thought out. It's hard to tell because this is sped up, but I did spend more time on these than all the previous iterations that you saw there. But yeah, I managed to actually complete it to a satisfactory level while 6. So if you've gotten this far, thanks so much for watching.